All right, so hello to our nursery team. I'm going to run through some very basic information that you're going to need as you come to serve. Obviously, you guys have a little bit different content as far as what happens in your classroom, just because your classroom is very different in structure than the 4 to 6 or the children's church. So at this age, obviously, one of the main things that we're going to look at is mouthed toys. So anytime a kiddo takes the toy and puts it in their mouth and gets their saliva on it, which at this age is so typical, it's such a form of exploring toys and self-soothing, especially with our age span this summer being 1 to 3 in those rooms. So it's very important for us to protect the children from viral diseases, especially think of like hand, foot, and mouth. So we're going to clean all the mouth toys by using a chemical that's really safe and gentle, so that if the toy gets mouthed again, it's not going to cause any harm and it's not going to expose the kids unduly to chemicals in their body. So there's a container in all your rooms. There's a yucky bin. And in the yucky bin, there is a container of pacifier wipes. So obviously this is made so if a baby drops their pacifier, you can wipe it off and give it back to them so they can put it back in their mouth. This is going to be used for cleaning mouth toys. So if someone puts a piece of puzzle in their mouth, you want to take the pacifier wipe and wipe it off, and then you can put it back into play or give it to another child. These wipes are provided instead of a bleach-based antibacterial because they're free from that chemical product. And so if they're mouthed again, it's not a huge deal. If you're in the room and a child mouths a toy and you just don't have time, you don't have hands to clean it, that might happen. Just take that toy out of rotation of play and put it in the yucky bin. And then as part of your cleanup that day, before you spray the toys, take all the toys that are left in the yucky bin, take those out and wipe them down with the pacifier wipes and put them back. That'll just really help keep the room germ-free, which is always a good thing. Something that is really big for this age is our diaper procedure. So this is a very specific 5-step process for you to follow. I have built into all of your schedules this semester a scheduled time to change all the diapers in the room. There's plenty of time at the end of the day, and while the kids are playing before checkout, I really would like us to get into a habit of changing all the kids' diapers before checkout. And this just is a way for us to serve the parents other than just engaging with their kids. So the biggest thing at this age is illness is often spread through urine and fecal matter. So we really need you to follow this 5-step process so we can prevent any illness transmission or causing any illnesses. The procedure will be in your room on the wall over the changing station so that we make sure we have carryover. All the secondary supplies for diaper changes will be in a lidded container similar to the yucky bin. On the shelf, the shelf under the changing table, on the shelf on the changing table. And if any of those supplies at any point in the semester start to get low and they're not replenished right away, we do want you to tell the coordinator for that morning so it can get put on the list to be purchased for the following week. We are always going to ask parents to bring diapers for their child so that we don't have to stock every single size. But there will be some bigger size diapers in the room in that diapering supply bin, just in case a child comes and they don't have any diapers. All diaper changes should occur in the room, in the classroom, with both adults present for child protection purposes. And to give a little bit of privacy, we always want to put the child up on the changing table just so the other kids aren't like staring at them, which they will do. So there is a spot on your daily schedule, like I said, after the lesson, and I really want us to change everyone's diaper before checkout this semester. So the first thing you're going to do, and some of you that are moms, if you have babies right now, this seems really intuitive, but if you're outside of that life stage, don't feel bad if this is new information or if you just can't remember what diaper changes were like. So first, you want to gather your supplies. This is getting anything that you're going to need. This means the diaper out of their bag, wipes in the diapering supplies, and I want everyone to grab a trash bag because You're going to be disposing of the changing pad and everything at the end of every diaper change. So I want you to grab in the diapering supplies. There will be a roll of trash bags so that you can specifically grab that. Secondly, you're going to grab a changing pad. These kind of look like puppy pads if you've ever had a puppy. But again, this keeps the diaper changing table and surface clean of urine and fecal matter. And so if a child, like boys sometimes pee when you're changing their diaper, or if a diaper, they have like a blowout, laying them on top of the pad will keep all of that contained. And you're going to use a new pad for every child that you change. Also in the diapering supplies will be gloves. Obviously, you want to put gloves on yourself before you pick up the child to put them on the pad. Fourth, you're going to get the child. So you've already got everything you're going to need. The pad is down, the gloves are on, and then you will grab the child. I would explain to the child what you're going to do. I would let them even pick out a small toy that they can play with while you change their diaper. This just helps distract them while you're actually doing what you need to do. And then you're going to place them on their back on the disposable changing pad. When you are all done and everything is clean and the child has a new diaper on, you're going to wrap up all your materials. That includes your gloves, the diaper, the wipes that you used, in the changing pad, and you're going to immediately dispose of that into the garbage bag, and then you're going to get out. Obviously, start the process over. You're going to get your supplies for the next diaper change, put the pad down, put new gloves on, and then grab the next child. So you're going to kind of do this process until you're done with all the children. So if you do 3 diaper changes, there should be 3 sets of these materials in each of the pads. So 3 pads with the 3 sets of supplies in the trash bag following all of the diaper changes. As much as we can, we want to make sure we follow that procedure so that we're keeping everyone safe and healthy and clean. At this age, some of the 3-year-olds in your classroom will be potty trained. And I'm going to do my very best there's going to be a roster with the parent contact information attached to the shelf in your room. And that way you will be able to see which children are potty trained. If a child expresses a need to go to the bathroom, we're going to text the parent using that contact number on the sheet ASAP. If we need to, and it's been a minute and there's no parent present, you can walkie-talkie the coordinator for that morning, and they can go to the sanctuary and shoulder tap the parent. It's a lot of work to try to transition your entire class of 1 to 3-year-olds down to the bathroom. We would much rather you guys text the parent to do bathroom breaks, especially with the 3-year-olds at this point. Obviously, we are hoping that in the fall, there'll be a 3-year-old classroom, so this will all be a moot point, Lord willing. If a child, for some reason, does have an accident, in the diapering supplies, we do have a thing of pull-ups. So you can get the parent to come and help you clean up any bathroom mess in their child. And then, so when the parent comes, say a child has an accident, text the parent, have the parent come back. Both of you don gloves. So give them a pair of gloves to put on. You put some gloves on. You guys work together to get everything cleaned up. And then we want to put the gloves, any of the supplies, in a large trash bag that's in the diapering supply bin and put it outside the room. The child can wear the pull-up for the rest of the morning unless the parent has an extra change of clothes or for the child. Okay, let's move on to if you have an upset child in your room. Now, some people's tolerance for crying children is more than others, but I'm going to give you discretion to decide when you think a child is past the point of calming down. For me, I don't allow a child to cry more than 5 minutes just because I think at that point they're not probably going to calm down. If they're kind of crying on and off, I don't count that as 5 minutes. But again, I don't want to set a specific time. I want you guys to be able to have the freedom to use your judgment when you think a child is past the point of calming down. So then what's going to happen at that point is one person is comforting the child in the classroom. The other person needs to do the following. They need to text the parent of the child. And again, off that roster sheet that's posted on your shelf. And then the second thing you're going to do is walkie-talkie the coordinator and the security host. This will alert the security host that someone is coming back, and it will signal the coordinator to come to the room to assist. And that way, potentially, if the parent isn't arriving, they can also go retrieve them if they need to from the sanctuary. But being able to move the crying child out of your classroom is always kind of helpful. There will be a stroller in the hallway, parked at the end of the hallway, close to the exit door, the side door of the church, that you can use to move the child around and try to calm them a little bit while you wait for their parent to come. But it always just helps to get as much help in the room as possible. Okay, last thing. We do have a very simple curriculum, and we are going to start in June having that in all of our nursery rooms again. We will have a simple curriculum on the shelf. It's got all your supplies. There's a story. There's these little tiny Bibles that you can use when you guys talk about the Bible, just so they start associating the Bible with this book that has God's words in it. It's very simple. It's a very good flow that allows the morning to go smoothly and intentionally. It helps the kids not get bored in the room, and just provides them with some very clear expectations. And it just provides some structure. And it really does, doing these activities helps to decrease any behavioral concerns in the room because the kids are engaged. There is a lot of discipleship benefit because the main focus is them hearing, learning, and speaking the language of faith. You are priming that pump so that they can move into the 4 to 6 classes and start working on establishing their framework for the story of the Bible, the big story of the Bible. At this age, they don't really have a grasp of that yet. They don't have an overview story of the Bible, but they can certainly understand some big basic truths about God. And that is the focus of every lesson each week. The lessons rotate on a monthly basis. So the first week of the month is always going to be God is our creator and so forth. So they'll hear some of the same information and it'll help reinforce it. And these are big concepts like Jesus sacrificed, God is our Father, God is our creator, God is love, and a lesson on prayer. The lesson is going to be sent to you on Wednesday. So if you're serving on Saturday, it's sent to you on Wednesday. This helps you to be able to look over and see what you are doing. And it keeps the classroom structure consistent for the kids when we all do this together. There is a time to talk just about the Bible for a couple of minutes. They have snack and you read their story in tandem. So one person hands out snack, one person does the story. And then we have created a YouTube playlist that has a lot of age-appropriate music. And there is a song on that playlist that goes with each week of the curriculum. So the song about God, our creator, is God Made Me. And it's a Slugs and Bugs song. It's really fun and catchy. But you guys do have a smart TV in your room now with YouTube, and the coordinator for the morning will pull up that playlist. So when you go in the room, if you push OK, it'll show you all the songs on that playlist, and you can use it when you do your lesson. Obviously, right after worship, while they play before pickup, is when you're going to do all of their diaper changes. So if you have any questions or concerns about any of this information, I want you to reach out to me. You've already saved my number in your phone, hopefully. So please use that. I'm going to put up a link right now because there is a service team agreement that we want everyone to agree to, just so that we can really get on the same page, especially as we go into serving together this summer. So I'm going to put the link on the screen for that right now. It's rvrsd.org/CD team agree. So I need everyone to go do that right now. And that way we'll know that everyone has made it all the way through their video. They're trained and ready to go. And we're all on the same page. Again, I just want to thank you all for serving, and I hope and pray that this time not only brings you closer to the Lord, but it allows you to get to know and to disciple some of the wonderful children we have at our church.